A little shortened intro to give you a taste of what we got coming up. Alright, welcome everyone. Oh boy, I really had fun learning this song. It's got some great lift, great melodic solo, nothing out of the reach of us non-fast players, just great Steve Clark rhythm, and the stuff that really drew me to Def Leppard early on. So we're in standard tuning. Of course, I've written this out with my notes, so you can download my tab, link right below the video there. Click on that, it'll take you to it. And like I said, we're in standard tuning. So what we start out with is basically your guitar turned down, I don't know, about halfway or so, with the bridge pickup on, and we're just going to go through like a partial C, all right, on the 5th and 4th string, up to what would be a partial D. So we'll be at the 5th fret on that 5th string and 4th fret on the 3rd. And we'll be adding, once we're at the 5th position, we'll be adding the 5th fret of the 4th string. Start out by hitting an open E. And then we're going to slide in from the 2nd fret of the 5th string to the 3rd and catch the 4th string at the 2nd fret. And then we'll slide into 5 from here, keeping this pattern. Alright, so we have this far. Now we're just going to go back, slide back in, but this time we're going to have our 5th fret of that 4th string down. Then take it off. So far. And then when we come back, we're just again sliding into the 3rd fret of the 5th string and the 4th string at the 2nd fret. Hit them back and forth, and then your E chord. Okay, so all together slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Then we're into, and I listened to this closely, broke it down with a new software called RipX, and was able to really listen to the guitar without any of the other bass drums or anything. And what he's doing is starting out with single hits on those chord voicings that we did. So we're going to hit A, C, D, just as two note chords. All right? So it'll sound like this. Of course, we turn the volume up, and we have. time he hits it twice is when he comes back or ends this. So we're going to do this twice. So let's go through it twice. It's real simple. We're just doing the same pattern. C to D, then add that down for a G, back to a D and C. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4. To the chorus. Chorus is basically the same thing, we're just going to add some extra hits to it. So like I said, the chorus is just adding more hits on these chords. So the first time of starting this measure out, this will go twice through for the chorus, we're going to hit the E once, alright, just like we did in the end of the verse. But then we're going to hit the C twice, the D twice, the G twice, back to the D twice and C twice, and then end with E twice, and then start over one more time. All right, so it'll sound like this. At the end of the chorus, it starts us into the interlude as you saw me go into there. So I'm considering this the end of the chorus, and what they're doing is palm muting the A string with 2 deadened hits, and then going to referencing a C chord again with 2 notes on the 4th and 3rd string here at the 5th fret. With all these, give them some vibrato, you know. Then we start this interlude. The interlude, little bit of technique to it. What we're going to be doing is keying off a muted A. But we start out with 1 hit before 2 more hits that are muted. Then we come into on the 10th fret of the 4th string and 9th fret of the 3rd string. 2 more deadened hits, and then move that down to the 7th fret of the 3rd string and 9th fret of the 4th. Move that whole step down after 2 more hits. Then we're going to move down a step and a half and come back to our first shape. We'll be on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and 4th string at the 3rd fret. Then we're going to change shapes, all right? So we're going to go to the 4th string, 3rd fret, which we were there, but we got to switch fingers, because now we're going to use our middle finger on the 3rd string at 4. Then we just move our ring finger down and keep our first finger at the 3rd fret. And we'll be on the 3rd string at the 5th fret. All right, so slowly. Then we come back with 2 hits and our C. And that will repeat. So actually we're going to repeat that a total of 4 times, 2 measures, and then we're into the solo. Now the solo, like I said, it's very melodic, very approachable. We'll go over the solo rhythm so you can have that, and then we'll keep through the rhythm. I'll go over the solo and the outro solo after we get through the rhythm. But for the solo rhythm, what we're doing is the chorus. Only difference is he starts it out with 2 hits on the E. that solo rhythm, which runs through a couple times, full measure, we'll be starting with an E hit twice. Okay, so now we're to verse 2. Now verse 2, we're turned back down a little bit, back into our sliding lick. The end of verse 2 leads us into chorus 2. There's no more single hits. Alright, that's only during verse 1. So what we do is turn up the volume, and we're going to hit a 6th string muted to a 7th fret 5th string. Alright, this chorus also has 2 hits of the E to start it out with. The second time through, there's a lick that leads us into the C, and everybody, I don't know, just ignores it, but it's a cool lick. So let me play through the second half of the chorus with the lick into the C. All right. So that lick, what we're doing is 5th fret, 4th string, 7th fret, 4th string, coming to the 5th fret on the 3rd string with a bend and a slight release. Then we just lay down and catch on the 7th fret, the 4th and 5th string. So it's almost like an arpeggio. Then into our C. I don't think there's 2 dead hits. I just think from the lick we go into the C. Then the interlude 2 is the exact same. All right. After that interlude, we're going to come in and start the break, which has a really cool lick to it. I'll show you how to play the lick because there's 2 guitars, one doing the rhythm, the chords, and the other playing the notes. But you can kind of play along with the chords and notes and sound like the song. So the break will sound like this. Alright, so what we're doing there, we're going to hit our E twice to end the interlude. Then the lick starts on the 3rd string at the 4th fret. Use your 1st finger, and then we're going to come to the 4th string at the 5th fret. Now, there's some debate on how this is played. When I watch Steve Clark do this in some of the old videos, from what I can tell, it looks like he's hammering on. Watching Vivian Campbell do it later, he's doing some bends. All right, so rather than hammering on 4 to 5, I see Vivian Campbell doing this. It really doesn't matter. Whenever there's a 4 to 5 hammer on here at the 4th string, you can just bend to 4 instead of hammering on to 5. It really doesn't much matter. I find the hammer-ons a little bit easier to play. Same with the pull-offs. Alright, so like I said, 3rd string, 4th fret, we'll go up to the 5th fret of the 4th string, back to 4 on the 4th string, hammered on to 5 and pulled off to 4. Then we land on the 7th fret of the 5th string. Alright, now this is where the second guitar comes in with A, B, C. And you can do that. Just hit the open 5th string to 2nd fret and 3rd fret. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, I like to just slide it, because then I'm in position to hit the 4th string, then the 5th string at the 5th fret. Then you come back to the 4th fret of the 4th string, hit it, and then hammer into 5 and pulled off again. Landing back on 7. So we have this. Alright, then we repeat the very first lick again. At this point, I like to use my first and middle finger to hit those notes, because then I'm in position for the pull-offs and hammer into the last part of this lick. Let's see, so let's go from the E. So it's a very quick 4th string pulled off from 5 to 4, then come up to the 5th string, 3rd pulled off to 2, and then we come back to the 4th string at 4. It's quick. Alright, then we got 2 more E's, the lick again, and you'll see that whenever they hit the E, that's the lick. This doesn't matter how you play it. We're going to go A, B, C again. Then what we do is jump to the 4th and 3rd string. You're going to stretch them apart again, so use your pinky. We'll be on the 4th fret of the 4th string and the 7th fret of the 3rd string. We're going to hit each string once, move our first finger up, and again hit each string. Slide it in from there, a full step up with 2 hits, and then move up to this would be 9 and 11, and 2 more and a hit. All right, and then we come back in with some I don't know, it's just kind of randomly. And so what he does is he's going to hit the E twice, and then you'll hear him hit a B chord. Alright, so we have this. And then we come to C, G, power chords, and D and A. Then we're into the 3rd chorus, which is the outro. Alright, and it just starts fading. It also has 2 hits on the E. Alright, that outro also has a slight outro solo. It's more of just some unison bends and a few notes here and there, but we'll go over that in the solo and you'll have the whole. But he starts out up here at the 12th position. He'll move to 11 for the ending of it, but it'll sound like this. Alright, so what we're doing there is we're going to hit a 14th fret of the 3rd string bent twice. Then we'll hit it again and catch 15 underneath on the 2nd string unbent. Then we're going to release 14 after hitting it. Then we're going to hammer in from 12 to 14 and hit 14 again. Alright, so we have this all together for that part. Now he comes to the 11th position with his first finger, catches 12, bends that up, and then hits it unbent, and then a hammer from 11 to 12, pull off to 11, landing on 12 on the 4th string. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so this is a great blues lick actually to learn, but it fits the song perfectly. So after our last hit on the fourth string at 12, we're going to come in with this. Alright, so what we're doing on the fourth string from open to 2, hammer on. Now we're going to hit the open third string, hit the second fret of that third string, slid up to 4, catching the second string at 3. Alright, don't move your fingers because you're going to hit 4 again and slide back to 2 on that third string and then hit open. You can slide it right off. And then we end by hammering into 2 and hitting that again. At that point, we come up back to the 12th position. What we're going to do is on the third and second string at 12, we'll hit those together twice, and then 14 at the on the fourth string. Come back and hit those 2 notes again, but give it a slight bend before you hit 14 with some vibrato on the fourth string. So both together, then you'll hear this. It's a real pretty lead into each note. We're going to go on the third string from 11 to 12 and then catch 15 on the second. Then on the second string, we're going to go from 10 to 12, catching 14 on the first. And then at that point, what we do is we're going to do a little 12 to 15 on the second string, hit 15 again bent, and then 15 unbent to 12, landing on 14 on the third, back to 12. And land after that 12 on the second string on 14 with vibrato to end kind of that next note. Then we're going to take off from there. We're going to hit on the fourth string 12 to 14 hammered on, and then we'll do the same thing 12 to 14 on the third string, but then we'll bend 14 up, hit 15 individually, hit 14 again with a bend and release, and then to 12. Then we come to 14, pull off to 12, and end this on 14 on the fourth string. It's really a great lead, just very melodic, very memorable, and you'll find it's really fun to play once you get it down, what you're supposed to do and where. Great blues lick up at the first position. That's a great lick in E. You know, you can do a lot with that, but we'll go with the outro solo next. So the last outro solo you'll hear as they start the outro chorus, we basically start with this. So we're bending up the 10th fret of the second string. We'll do that twice before hitting 7 on the first string, back to 10th bent. And then we'll do 7 to 10 bent 3 times. Then we end with this little first half of the measure, 7 to 10 unbent, back to 7 on the second. Alright, then he quickly goes up to the second position, does this. So we're going to hit the open third string twice before we hit the second fret bent. Then we bend it again, and then the third time bend and release to open, landing on 2 on the 4th string to open on the 6th. Alright, we're back up now. We're going to go to the 12th position. We're going to do a unison bend with 12 and 15. There'll be 3 hits of those and then another 4. going to hit 15. Let's consider this the second half of the measure. So we're going to hit 15 bent and then 15 unbent on the second string and then 15 pulled off to 12. Landing on 14 on the third. Then we're going to take 14 pulled off to 12 on the third, landing on 14 on the fourth. Come to 12 on the third and second string and then hit 12 just on the third. Then we're going to hammer on 12 to 14 fourth string. We're going to end similar to the lick in the lead with 12 on the third and second string, bent slightly, and catch 14 on the fourth slid off. And that's the outro solo. So very approachable, great song, just some good licks. It was one of those, I was playing around and I'm like, what is that song? And there it was, and I really enjoyed learning it and bringing it to you. So I really hope it helps everybody. Enjoy.